Hi guys, today I'm going to represent Chris Dixon, which is the owner of Little Fish Digital, which is the marketing agency that helps a small businesses grow. He is also the author of a book, It's Okay, which explores the mental health and resilience. Today we are going to discuss his journey. Give me one moment. So thank you so much, Chris, for joining us today. Can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Hi, my name's Chris Dixon, and I've authored a book that helps children with their mental health as they grow up to become more resilient with mental health challenges that people face in the world, and also gain confidence in their own emotions and feelings to communicate with parents and teachers when they're struggling.
Okay, thank you, Chris, so much. Can you please share what inspired you to write It's Okay?
Sure, yeah. So it's through my own mental health journey combined with my passion for illustration. So as a kid, I've always enjoyed illustrating things, always drawing imaginative doodles. Yeah, I've never been that great at realistic pictures, but yeah, imaginative characters has always been my thing. And yeah, in my early 20s, I experienced mental health issues like anxiety and depression, as well as chronic pain, which was going on for a few years. I didn't know what was going on, and yeah, felt quite down and depressed, and sometimes dark thoughts. I mean that went away after a few years in the first instance, and then during COVID, it came back again. Again with the chronic pains, like the headaches and the stomach aches. So yeah, I sought out therapy, and throughout therapy, I learned that I didn't really understand what emotions I was feeling, and as a result of that, I would suppress them down, and that would make me feel depressed and anxious because I didn't know how to process those emotions or even talk about it and link that to a situation. Yeah, so it was through therapy that a realization came to me that as a child growing up, I was never really taught about emotional well-being. I've been lucky; my parents have been amazing, but in the Western culture, no one really talks about how they feel and emotions with their children, and they bottle it up themselves. So as we grow up, we learn to kind of put a mask over it and not process those emotions or even show them, like don't cry and work and stuff. So that's where the idea came to combine my passion for illustration and my own mental health journey to create some creatures based on emotions and real life situations that children can relate to help them identify each emotion in a situation that could happen. Yeah, so they can open up more about it, and they can identify emotions at an early age and hopefully avoid all the symptoms I was feeling that many other people feel through anxiety and depression.
Yeah, that's great, Chris. I mean, the inspiration that came was really difficult for you, but you find a way to express yourself through the feelings. So, which is great, actually. And how did your experience in digital marketing influence the themes in your book?
Yeah, so I've always been enjoyed self-learning and learning new things, which has fed into my digital marketing career. I've been part of companies where a lot of it is learning on the job and researching and finding ways to do different things, and that like increased my confidence in marketing products for other people's services. So I thought I could apply those practices to my own book business. Yeah, so in the digital world, it helped me set up a website, connect it to a self-publishing platform, animate the book as well, digitalize the images. So I originally hand drew the first book, and then I uploaded it and I digitalized it in Adobe Illustrator. And I've always been terrible at colouring in. So my mum used to do the colouring for me as a kid. I loved the drawing, but I lost interest at colouring in. So Illustrator was great where I could redraw the lines and just use gradients built in Illustrator. Yeah, so all these things from my marketing career have come together and motivated me to get on the self-taught journey, and also identify avenues where people might pick up the book on marketing channels too.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's really nice that you have like connected the marketing and the thing that you love in the one place. So, which is making you satisfied, and also like it improves your mental health, because like from my opinion, it's really important to do the job that you love. So
Yeah,
it's from
absolutely.
my personal experience. So what's the key message that you have for the readers if they take it's okay? Like for the
Yeah,
kids, and what's the key message for the parents? And
yeah, the key message is to, I guess, not judge like kids when they're going through tough times with their own emotions. I know it's easy to look at a situation where a kid's upset and dismiss it. But yeah, there could be a completely valid reason behind that why that child's upset, but they're not confident enough to communicate. And that just exacerbates the situation because then the parent doesn't know what's going on, and you invest a lot of time trying to solve something, and you might not ever get to the bottom of it. So yeah, I guess the key principle of it all is to destigmatize the certain emotions which we perceive as negative. So, I mean, there's some positive ones in there, like happy and excitement, which are usually the emotions people want to see all the time. But, life's not always kind of full of joy, and there are situations where we feel down or angry. So, yeah, there's emotions such as sadness, anger, um, jealousy, nervousness as well, that are all perceived in our society as negative emotions, and people get uncomfortable when other adults express those. I know I've been in situations where I've seen someone upset and I don't know what to do. Yeah, so the key principle really is to provide space for that communication, and also like help the parents identify when their child might be upset based on those situations. And there's also like physical symptoms as well in there outlined, which can help parents identify what's going on with their kid, or children. um, yeah, and just offer that safe space for them to open up. And I think that's where confidence comes from, is be it feeling safe and secure as a child, even if you're feeling angry. It's like, yeah, give them space to express that, and then discuss that when it's all calmed down after. And yeah, so it all centers around destigmatization at a young age.
yeah, I agree with you. So what challenges did you face like while you were on the journey to publishing the book? And
Yeah, this yeah, whether my own mental health provided kind of stumbling blocks or if it motivated me. So whether it was an advantage or disadvantage in a way, is that?
yeah,
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so yeah. Now I've got to try and think now. Yeah, so with my own mental health, like stemming back to when I used to draw as a kid, and found that very therapeutic and relaxing. Even at the time, I didn't really sit with that. That was the connection with that, but I always enjoyed it. It was only later in life where I found it quite a meditative experience to draw. Um, so yeah, when I'm designing the books, there's it definitely helps me with my own mental health most of the time because I'm doing something I really enjoy. I think art and creativity is a great way to help people unwind and relax, and I think we need more of that and more awareness of how art can help. And that's why I created some colouring book versions of the That's Okay book as well, so children can get creative and they can write in there like there's blank lines of what situations they would feel sad in. Um, so yeah, in a way that helped me, and also it kept reminding me that I need to think about my own emotions that I learned in therapy. But it's easy to forget when you're experiencing those emotions. So it provided an anchor in a way to keep thinking of my emotions and observing them and sitting with them instead of kind of treating my emotions like they're bad things and they're holding me back. And yeah, to kind of being more at peace with it. But on the other flip side, with my own mental health, I think a lot of people kind of experience burnout and stuff because in the day I'm doing my digital marketing work, and in the evening I'd be working on the books. Sometimes there's been a few times where my mental health has dipped, and yeah, even though I love drawing, and there's other bits to it like the sales, which isn't my favorite part. Yeah, I love the creative side more. So there's other parts to it that I felt demotivated about doing. Like when a book's finished and going through and checking everything and uploading and all like the administrative tasks, the less fun stuff. When my mental health's not good, I have struggled with kind of getting in the flow with that. Um, so the creative side of it really has helped overcome that. So I try and do more creative stuff, and then break down the more tedious tasks into smaller chunks between those creative stages. Yeah, and also get help from others as well. Yeah, a lot of the time I tend to put a lot on myself and not kind of share it when it's good to get help off others there.
Yeah, thank you. So it's really like at the beginning was difficult for you to balance the roles as the owner of the agency and also like running as being the author of the book. I understand, which is like, but now it's easier, right, for you to manage all of these things because like every beginning is difficult. So like
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, it all goes down to that. Yeah, that experience of learning. When you're first learning things, it can feel overwhelming, and the more you do it, yeah, same with the digital marketing stuff and running my own business, which is really daunting at first. Yeah, you do get more used to it, and you overcome that imposter syndrome. Yeah, by keeping on practicing things, and then it's quicker to do things and far less kind of burnout feelings that way.
So, do you have any plans for the future books or related projects? Like, can you tell us that?
Yeah, so I'm always looking to create new books. So I've done a few off the back of That's Okay already in the last 3 years. So there's That Feels Earth Amazing environmental book to help children feel empowered about what's going on with our climate and the environment. So just kind of small tasks, or not like tasks sound boring, small little projects that they can do, like making Play-Doh out of homemade ingredients, for example, and feeding the birds. And then I've done the That's Calm guided meditation book, so parents or teachers or therapists can read that to their students. So it's a guided meditation which has helped a lot of adults that kind of therapy. with images, and there's yeah, a downloadable sound audio file where the parents can talk over that too.
All of the books. And to be honest with you, I wish when I was a child that I had that kind of book, which will like make me,
Yeah, it would
okay.
have been helpful, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Hard to travel back in time.
Yeah. Like a lot of parents, I think it would be great for them also to read It's Okay. And because like when the parents know what their children reading, watching, and everything, it's easier for them to connect with their children. So it's like very nice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think, yeah, it does fill that gap with emotional awareness for kids, and it's a nice, gentle way of talking about, which isn't very scary at all, really. I think our culture as adults makes mental health a lot scarier than it needs to
Then it
be.
is, yes.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Thank you so much, Chris, for attending this meeting and explaining to us what are you doing. And I want you to be very lucky in the future with your books. And thank you a lot for your time again.
no worries. Thank you.
Okay.